If someone 10 years from now pops the hood of a lightly racked 2020 Supra and says B58 engine, no shiz, oh, whatever profanity is popular at the time, we'll be surprised. Not that there's anything wrong with the BMW inline 6. In fact, it is one of the smoothest and lag-free turbocharged engines in the world. If you were setting out to build a rear-wheel drive sports car powered by a turbocharged inline 6, it's about as good a starting point as you could find. Some will still consider it sacrilegious to power a Supra with anything but the legendary 2JZ inline 6 of the Mark IV Supra, and less importantly, the Fast and the Furious fame. We were expecting the Supra to be much more like a modern BMW, which is to say plenty capable but little numb. Instead, there is a smoothness to the Supra that we haven't felt in a BMW in years. Turn-in is crisp without being too heavy. The claimed 50-50 front-rear weight distribution, there's a spec, lends itself to tuning for minimum understeer, while an electronically controlled limited slip differential ensures great traction on corners exit. The transmission's logic in sport mode makes shifting with the paddles an exercise in vanity. With a nearly identical component set as the BMW, including adaptive dampers, a shear plate stiffening the front end, 19-inch BMW spec Michelin Pilot Super Sport tires, 17 and 18 inches will be available too. And Brembo brake hardware, the Supra's tuning limitations were defined by a crisp box. The personality instilled in the chassis comes down to the critically important knobs the Toyota controlled. When asked what the Toyota engineers thought of the Z4, they had no answer. Not because they didn't want to badmouth the competition partner, but because they had never driven nor even laid eyes on a Z4. The new Supra is equipped with more than 300 horsepower, a 0 to 60 miles per hour time of less than 5 seconds, a target curb weight of about 3,300 pounds. Kaisan makes it pretty clear that Toyota wants us to think less about the numbers and more about its new hero car feels. But to review, this is what we know. Toyota has revived the Supra name for a new sports car in collaboration with BMW. BMW gets the Roadster Z4, which we've had a similar exposure to, while Toyota gets the Coupe. As we mentioned, BMW supplies the engine and it's paired with the Z-App's ubiquitous 8-speed automatic. Both cars will be manufactured by Magna Steyr in Austria. The Supra will hit a dealership midway through 2019 as a 2020 model and probably will ring it at about $50,000. Most, if not all, of the camouflage switchgear we saw the cabin look BMW-like. The engine will flaunt a 335 horsepower and an inline 4 also is in works but won't be offered at the start.